Welcome to HOIA, Healthy Organic Inspired Asian Food and Cooking. I'm Diane Yang Kirk, and today we'll be making two versions of the famous Vietnamese pho broth soup with noodles. One is a beef version and another is chicken. Did you know that in 2011, CNN named pho number 28 out of 50 most delicious dishes in the world? And let me tell you, this pho is for real. Let's get started. I have 2 onions and about a 3-inch piece of ginger. I'm going to peel my ginger first before I cut it up. I usually have my handy dandy ginger peeler, aka my husband, do this for me. Now I'm going to rough cut just some slices of the ginger. I'm going to slice the onion into pretty large size pieces. This is going into our broth to help enhance the flavor. It's oniony. I found a solution. OEP, onion eye protection. These work? Or not. I always line my cookie sheets with foil because I don't want to have to clean them up after. I'm placing the onions and the ginger onto a cookie sheet, and I'm just quickly breaking up the onion. There you go. Preheat the oven to the highest temperature or broil and place the cookie sheet in for about 10 minutes. About 5 minutes through, you want to flip the ginger or the onion so that you have some nice crispy charredness on all sides. I have 3 organic carrots, which I'm going to just rough cut. The carrots have a little bit of sweetness to them, so instead of adding any sugar, the carrots will release a beautiful aroma into the soup. Yeah, what's up, Doc? The secret to a delicious pho broth is toasting 4 spices. We have 2 teaspoons of coriander seed, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. If you want, you can use fresh whole cloves. I like the ground cloves because it just really creates that flavor without any limitation. And 3 pieces of star anise. This is essential. Lastly, 2 cinnamon sticks. As it starts to smoke up in the pot, just give it a little bit of a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your faux spice. Shake your faux spice. Traditionally, pho broth is made with beef and beef bones and chicken bones, and they boil it for hours, like 12 hours a day, 2 days. And we don't have time for that. So in order to make it quick, we will be using some beef stock or beef bouillon. I love this beef bouillon because it does not have any MSG. So it's 4 cups of beef broth. And so I'm gonna use the bouillon. I need another spoon. That's about a spoonful and a half, 2. And then, because they're heaping teaspoons, it's probably close to 4. It's not an exact science, but of course, you're just making some beef broth. From there, we're gonna add hot water. 4 teaspoons, 4 cups. I use hot water because it will make the cooking process a lot faster. Otherwise, you're going to have to bring your pot to boil. To enhance the flavor profile, I'm also adding chicken stock. So all in all, you want 6 cups of broth. So I did 4 cups of beef broth before, and so now I'm doing 2 of chicken. Because the broth is going to infuse with all the spices for about 30 minutes, I like to add a cup or 2 of water to make up for liquid loss during boiling. Unflavored gelatin is totally optional, but I like to add it because we're not boiling real bones. My onion and ginger are nicely charred, so I'm going to put that into the broth. Carrots in the pot. 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. It doesn't make your soup fishy, but it definitely has a very unique flavor. I'm going to simmer my soup with all the ingredients for 30 minutes, and that is perfect time to have another dance party. Pho shizzle. Pho is usually served with rice noodles. I have some mung bean noodles or bean thread noodles. They look almost the same. However, the mung bean noodles have less calories and less carbohydrates. Always a winner for me. I love noodles, so I will usually use 1.5 noodle segments. What is this called? 1.5 servings per person? My broth has been boiling for 30 minutes and it smells so, so good in here. The aromatics of all the spices have melded together into an amazing broth. I'm spooning out everything that's in the pot so that we're left with just a clear broth. I'm pouring the broth back into the pot, and I want to keep the broth really nice and hot because we're going to be serving raw, rare beef, and this broth will cook the beef. Cook the beef, not the beef, beef. We're slicing the chicken into thin slices to mimic the beef. A great trick for cutting any kind of meat into thin slices is to put it in the freezer for 15 minutes so that it becomes a little bit harder and easier to cut. This is tripe. Tripe is cow stomach. There's book tripe, which is this. There's honeycomb tripe. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it has a really great texture. If this weirds you out, that's totally okay. If you've ever had tripe and love it like I do, then it's definitely something you can add to your pho. Slicing it into smaller pieces in half and just in the center. So then your piece looks a little like this. Ding, ling, ling, ling. When you order a combo pho, they often give you a number of different kinds of meats. One being tripe, another may be a brisket, a rare flank steak, so on and so forth. We are using beef today and the tripe, and not any of the tendon balls. I've had a really hard time finding some beef tendon balls which don't contain MSG, and we don't want that in our food. So pre-sliced shabu shabu style ribeye is what I have here. The pieces that we have here are quite large, and I don't know about you, but I don't like a big piece of meat in my mouth. Cuts! We're gonna slice the beef in half. Hand washing. While the beef will cook with the broth, I wanna make sure that my chicken is fully cooked, so I'm going to poach it. Wash your bowl so that way it doesn't get contaminated. Whenever you have pho broth, there's always a plate of accoutrement. There are bean sprouts, fresh basil, lime wedges, as well as jalapenos if you like your soup spicy. 2 or 3 slices. And 2 to 3 slices. While I've got my cutting board, I'm going to chop up some of the fresh herbs I'm going to sprinkle over my soup. We're almost ready to eat. My noodles, these are so yummy and messy. Whoop. I have some fresh sliced onion. I had it soaking in water so that it takes away some of that oniony bite. I have my chicken, which is already cooked. I poached my tripe as I had done with my chicken. I did it in my broth. I'm gonna lay the slices of raw beef into my bowl and separate it out so that when the broth gets poured into the bowl, the broth will cook the beef. I'm going to spoon that delicious broth over my chicken pho soup, as well as my beef pho soup. I love this soup on a cold winter day, and always. The final touches, some cilantro and my green scallion. And now we're ready to serve. We have our healthy chicken pho and our delicious beef and tripe pho. Don't forget your accoutrement and allow for whomever is eating to build their own. You might want to put out some sauces, so in case anybody wants any, they can add it to their soup. We have sriracha, hoisin, and also a chili garlic paste. The next time you're thinking, what the pho should I eat? You can think of this recipe and know that you will be forever friends. HOIA! We will be making a quick homemade pho. I'm Diane Yang Kirk on CNN's number 20. Woo! No. I didn't know it did that. It's the ghost fan. My broth is boiling hot.
Your broth?
My broth.
It's a broth.
If you enjoyed this episode of HOIA Food and Cooking, please like this video and share it with your friends. New videos will be going up each week on my channel, so please subscribe to see the latest delicious, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food recipes. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and tell me what you loved about this video, and also what dishes you'd like to see me prepare in the future. HOIA!